The story begins in the 17th century. It was the time when a special flower, brought from the Far East, quickly became popular in Europe's market. Thousands of people blindly mortgaged their house and properties to buy tulips. This created a huge speculative bubble in the market. Meanwhile, a few miles away in an orphanage, there were some flowers of God. Even in the midst of chaos, Sister Ursula managed to provide a stable home for these orphans. But everything comes with a price. Sophia, who's one of these children, will have to marry 70-year-old Cornelis, a big spice trader from another city. The orphanage was in desperate need of financial help, and Sophia's sacrifice would provide the necessary funds to keep it running. However, little did she know that her decision would change everything. Sister Ursula explained to her that marriage is a game of fate. As his wife, it is her duty to provide him with an heir to continue his lineage and to serve him faithfully. She kept this advice close to her heart and left the orphanage. 3 years have passed. From the beginning of their marriage, both Cornelis and Sophia wished to have a child, but despite their efforts, Sophia has been unable to conceive. This has put a lot of pressure on their relationship, especially when one of Cornelis' friends was blessed with a child. The lack of an heir makes Cornelis restless. One of his friends advised him to find someone else instead of wasting time with just one woman, otherwise he will die without an heir. In these difficult times, Sophia finds comfort in her friendship with her maid Maria. The two spend a lot of time together. Maria has a lover named William. Although he is just a migrant worker, he still tries his best to meet expectation of Maria. On the other side, Sophia is unfamiliar with the concept of love. She is so focused on fulfilling her responsibilities that nothing else matters to her. But pressure never makes an impact. One day, in an attempt to preserve their love forever, Cornelis hires a skilled young painter named Van to create a portrait of him and Sophia. Upon meeting Sophia, Van is struck by her beauty and the apparent age difference between the couple. Sophia, who's been raised virtuously, has never experienced a young man's gaze before. After that painting session, she felt quite uneasy. She doesn't want to see the painter, feeling that his work is provocative and disrespectful. Sophia even tried to convince Cornelis not to invite the painter back, but he brushes it off. Meanwhile, William wants to marry Maria, but due to his financial circumstances, he needs money to secure their future. So, he took a huge risk and bid on the tulip flower with all his savings. Later, William visits Maria and informs her about the bid he placed on the tulip bulbs. If the yield is good, they can use the money to get married. After 2 weeks, Van returned to continue his work. But today, Cornelis had to leave early. Seeing Sophia holding a naked tulip, Van decides to paint her alone. Later, while working on the painting, he kept seeing Sophia's eyes and mannerisms. Suddenly, Van realizes he's in love with Sophia. He immediately runs to find her. Similarly, Sophia feels restless at home. So, she decided to meet him as well. Ironically, both visit to each other's places, but are unable to meet. Van mustered the courage to write a note in Sophia's name, asking her to send some tulip flowers for the painting, and he would return them by evening. But in reality, he was insisting her to meet him alone. Sophia shows this note to Cornelis, who assumes Van really needs flowers for his work. Cornelis asked Maria to deliver the flowers by tomorrow. But Maria had to visit her mother, so she handed the task over to Sophia, who was eagerly waiting for an opportunity. The fear she had inside became true. The two lovers met in solitude and couldn't resist themselves, falling into a romantic relationship. On the other side, William's deal with flowers was also successful. The responsibility of looking after the tulips was given to Sister Ursula from the orphanage. She informed William that among his white tulips, there was a new one with a pink streak, which would fetch a higher price. William named this flower Maria. Later, in the flower auction, William made much more money than he had expected. The next day, there was a friend's party that Cornelis and Sophia had to attend. But Sophia has other plans. She pretended to have a headache and sent Cornelis alone to the party. Seizing the opportunity, she dressed in Maria's clothes and left to meet Van. On her way, William noticed Sophia from behind. He followed her to Van's house and discovered the truth. The sight broke William's heart, as he thought Maria had betrayed her. To ease his pain, he went to drink, and unfortunately, someone stole everything he earned. Sophia and Van are in love, but no one knows about it. It was difficult for Sophia to balance her heart and mind. Her conscience warned her that her actions were wrong, but her emotional pull towards Van and her physical desire kept leading her back to him. A few days later, Maria informs Sophia about her pregnancy and asks for help. Sophia promises to hide the truth for as long as possible. However, she isn't sure what will happen if someone finds out. Maria gets scared and threatens to expose her and Van's illicit affair. One night, Sophia came up with a plan to deceive her husband. She convinced Maria to bear the child, but they needs to pretend that Sophia is the mother. She will pretend to be pregnant, and when the baby is born, they will present it as her and Cornelis' child. Later, Sophia managed to deceive Cornelis by paying off the doctor and taking advantage of his frequent travels for his business. Sophia even convinces Van to support her plan, as it's their only opportunity to be together. They knew that if they tried to run away, Cornelis would hunt them down no matter what. Now, Van also wanted to try his luck in the tulip business, whose demand and value were equal to diamonds. Later, he told Sophia about this, and she informed him that when she was in the orphanage, she had her own small tulip garden. She saved some seeds, which must still be stored in the orphanage's warehouse. Van decided to steal those seeds in the dark. Unfortunately, during the attempt, Sister Ursula caught him and knocked him out. When he wakes up, he apologizes and explains he just wanted to build a future with someone. But Sister Ursula was used to such dramas. She had several tulip plants and seeds, which she couldn't auction herself. She needed someone to do it for her, and so she sought Van's help. He agreed to act as a broker. Meanwhile, Sophia was taking complete care of Maria, ensuring she didn't lack anything. 9 months passed, and one day Maria went into labor. Sophia immediately started pretending to have stomach pain. Even the doctor took part in their act and didn't allow Cornelius to enter the room. But Cornelius said something that made Sophia feel extremely guilty about the situation. He asked the doctor to save Sophia if they have to choose between the child and mother. As planned, when he entered the room, they told him that Sophia had passed away while giving birth. There were signs of a severe infection that rapidly spread. Sophia was immediately sealed in a coffin and sent away via the river. The auction of her plants had already taken place, and many buyers wanted to purchase them. People were willing to pay double or triple the price to purchase them. Van had to wait until all transactions had been settled. That's why he sent a friend to Sister Ursula to get the tulip bulbs. On the other hand, Van's friend safely removed Sophia from the coffin at a secret location. Sophia deeply regretted whatever she had done. But when she reached home, she noticed a sense of peace on Cornelius' face while holding Maria's child and smiling for a moment. Sophia knew she couldn't give him the joy of a child, and if she told him everything, this innocent happiness would also be destroyed. She left everything behind with a heavy heart. Her shawl fell into the river in a hurry. Meanwhile, Van's friend got the bulbs from Sister Ursula. But due to a bet, he was forced to drink, and by the time he reached Van, he was heavily drunk. The deal had been completed, but he was unable to answer any questions. All the traders took their money and left. Few days later, William came to meet Maria. They had a huge argument in which she revealed that it was his child. She never betrayed him. On that day, he saw Sophia with a painter, not with her. William realized his mistake, but Cornelius heard everything. He wrote a letter describing everything that had happened and what was about to happen next. He confessed, "I've been an equal participant in this. My first wife and child died because of my obsession, and I brought Sophia to fulfill my desire. Even when I have no right to do so, I am leaving this house and all its priceless heritage in my child's name. In reality, she is your and William's daughter, but raise her as my heir. Live your life with your husband and children, and make it a home again." After that, he left the town for good. Meanwhile, Van found out that Sophia went missing, and when her blue shawl was found in the river, everyone assumed she had committed suicide. Another chaos broke out at the tulip market. Suddenly, flower production dropped due to intense bidding and money clashes. Many people lost their money, and due to the market slowdown, the tulip trade ceased. 8 years later, Sister Ursula reunited Van and Sophia. In this way, she repaid the cost once paid by Sophia. Cornelius finally got over his past and got a second chance. He got married and now has a family. Maria had 5 more children, but her eldest daughter is the most special because she carries the name of another lineage. And this is how the story ends. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you have any suggestions for future movies, please leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.